Hi and welcome. I am trying to learn biochemistry. Today, inorganic acids, bases and salts. And after we've done it, we're going to do leg injury prevention training. And if you participate in the leg injury prevention training, then it's already honest. This is part 3, I think. We're trying to do a presentation. So, when inorganic acids, bases or salts dissolve in water, they dissociate. And that happens through separation of the ions, and they are becoming when surrounded by water molecules. Acids are substances which are dissolving into hydrogen ions, and they have into one or more hydrogen ions, and they have now one or more anions. And they have a single proton that has a positive charge, and therefore hydrogen ions are positive and are proton donors. Okay, when ion spaces or salts are dissolving water, that is called dissociation. They dissociate, and that happens by them that they are separating into ions surrounded by water. And for example, acids, they are dissolving or dissociating, or they dissociate into hydrogen ions, and they are hydrogen ions, and they have anions, and they have a single proton and are therefore positive and therefore proton donors. A base, by contrast, dissociates into one or more hydroxide ions and one or more cations. Because hydroxide ions have a strong attraction for protons, a base is a proton acceptor. Bases are they dissociate into hydroxide ions, and they are negative, and therefore they are proton acceptors. And now, a salt, when dissolved in water, dissociates into cations and anions, neither of which, and we wanted to go on. Acids and bases react with another to form salts. Now these proton donors, like hydrogen, like hydrogen ions and hydroxide ions of bases, they can react together. The one are proton donors, the other one's proton acceptors. Now, and there can happen a reaction out of hydrochloric acid, which is an acid, a proton donor, and the base potassium again. Potassium hydroxide, just potassium hydroxide. Potassium hydroxide, but it's a base, and they're reacting together to form potassium chloride and water. Potassium chloride and water. And that is a salt. Now, and salts in the human body, they are neither positive nor negative. They have anions and cations, and they are therefore important and therefore useful as electrolyte. And they are transmitting signals, nerve signals in nerves and in the muscles also. A salt, when dissolved in water, dissociates into cations and anions, neither of which is H plus or OH minus. In the body, salts are electrolytes that are important for carrying electrical currents. Ions flowing from one place to another, especially in nerve and muscle tissue. Okay, with the difficult things, with the words. They dissociate, and they are dissociating. They form ions and with the water molecule around them. They are, for example, acids. They are becoming proton donors, like it became hydrogen ions. Anything else, acids are dissolving into hydrogen ions, that was all. And bases are dissolving into hydroxide ions. Hydroxide ions, proton acceptors. And now there's our example reaction, and that is the acid, hydrochloric acid, and our base, potassium hydroxide, and they are becoming potassium chloride and water. I'm going to start the camera, and that's actually not that much, so we have time for 3 takes. it was hydrochloric acid and potassium hydroxide, and they're becoming potassium chloride. Hydrochloric acids, bases and salts. When acids, bases and salts are dissolving in water, that is called that they dissociate. Now, and that happens by them separating into ions, and they are then surrounded by water molecules. An acid is dissolving into hydrogen ions, and they have a single proton and anions, and they are therefore positive. They are proton donors. And the proton acceptors are bases. They are bases which are then dissociate into hydroxide ions, and they are negative. Now, in one reaction like that would be the acid, hydrochloric acid, together with the base hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, and if they react together they form a salt, and that salt is then potassium chloride and water. Now, in salts in the human body, they have anions and cations, and they are neither plus nor negative. They are important as electrolytes. They can carry electrical signals in the nerve and muscle tissue. And that is according to Gerard Torga and Sandra Grabowski's Principles of Anatomy and Physiology book, page 38, but this is no medical advice. I don't know if I said it or not. I think that's it. I'm going to stop the camera. And that was biochemistry part. But if you will here for biochemistry, you can go directly to the next part of biochemistry. If you stay here and participate in the leg injury prevention training and disability focus. We are standing good and we're swinging the other leg to the side and to the front. And the other leg, swing it in front and to the side. And now bring one foot in front and again back, front and back. And the other foot in front and back. And now staying good, breathe in, lift the leg up. Breathe out the leg to the side. Breathe again in. Out leg into the middle and down. Other leg up, breathe in. Out the leg to the side. If you participate in this, down. Breathe again in. Out leg into the middle and down. Again the leg up and the hands out and going over the hands over to one side. So the other side. And up. And up. Now the same with the other leg. The leg up, hands out, and go with the hands over to one side. And over to the other side. And now the hands over to the first side again, and the knee goes also to one side. And now change. Middle and down. Breathe in. And lift the leg up and press with the knee up and to the side. Our leg up and press with the knee up and to the side. And now stand good on one leg. And turn over to the leg. This exercise can go onto the knee, go down into the knee, turn slowly over to the other side, and come up again. Again, stand good, turn over to the leg, go down, turn over, and come up again. On the other leg, stand good, turn over to the leg, go down, turn to the other side, come up again. And again, stand good, turn over to the leg, go down, turn to the other side, and come up again. And now the next exercise can go again onto the knee. Stand good on one leg and go with the other leg, always to the 90-minute intervals on an imaginary dial. And with the other leg, 12 o'clock, 1:30 and 3, and 9:30, 9, and 7, and 6, and 4:30 and 3. And now bring one hand on tummy, one on lower back, and bring one leg in a straight line up. Flex foot, try to bring the leg higher. If the quad muscles cramp, pull the leg up and point the foot toes down. Try to bring the foot higher, up leg. And pull the leg up, point with the toes down. And the other leg. One hand on tummy, one on lower back, and try to bring the leg high. Control with the hands that you don't fall back. Try to bring the leg higher. And pull the leg up, point with the toes down, and try to relax the leg. And the next exercise. Don't do this exercise if you're pregnant. Have a good standing leg, heel onto the ground, and lift the heel off the ground and place it again on the ground. And on the other side, heel onto the ground, lift the heel up, and place it again on the ground. And next exercise, one leg up and again down. Down. Leg up and down. And the next exercise, one leg in and again out. In. And with the other leg in and out. And the next exercise, if you like, if you can. Now the whole body goes down. And with the other leg. And one exercise more if you can and like. You stand good on one leg, and you swing the other leg back. Try to be tall on the standing leg. Try not to fall in the abdomen. Flex the foot with the swinging leg. When the upper body comes in the moment down in which the standing leg, the swinging leg comes up. And with the other leg. Tall up with the standing leg. Don't fall in the abdomen. Flexed foot and the swinging leg. The body comes down in the moment in which the leg comes up. And now the ending with a closing exercise. Legs wide apart between. And out. Again. And out. One more time in. And out. Breathe in, close the legs. And breathing out. That was the leg injury prevention training. I thank you very much and until next time.